and today I'm going to show you how to make a easy but pretty hard platforming physics. So we want to go to more blocks and we're going to make a block, call it platform, and then put 4 number inputs. And call the first one jump height, and second one gravity, and the third one friction, and the last one movement speed. So I've gotten a level and a sprite ready with 4 different costumes: idle, walk, jump, and fall. And we might use those later. So we want to make a variable first, call it yvel, that's short for y velocity. And then so at the start change y by y velocity and put a if else statement, and this is just ground. So go to sensing, if touching ground, then repeat absolute value of y velocity, so it's not a negative. And then if touching ground, you can right click on your mouse to do that and then just press duplicate or delete, and change y by times -1 times divide y velocity and the absolute value of y velocity. And so the next thing, make sure you put it under the repeat so it's not in there. We want to put and or in there, and up. Well, you don't need to, but up arrow or W pressed, and not greater than. So y velocity is less than 0. Then set y velocity to jump height, and then that should be if else, sorry. And then else set y velocity to 0. And then else of the first one, change y velocity by gravity. Okay, and then now we need a new variable called, pretty obvious, but And then we want another if statement. And or, and again, you don't need this, but you could do it. Right arrow or D pressed. Change X velocity by movement speed and point in direction 90. So just see there, duplicate it. Again, you don't need both of them, but yeah. And you simply want to times movement speed by -1, so it goes the other way from right. And then point in direction -90, so it doesn't look right while going left. And change X by X velocity. And next, you want an if statement. This is going to be a bit long. Now we want another variable. Call it old y. Not very old, but still before. And then if touching ground, set old y to y position. And repeat. Repeat absolute value of X velocity. Change y by 1. Right? Yeah. And then another if touching ground, set y to old y. Yeah, and then repeat. Ceiling, so round it up, I think. Ceiling. Ceiling of absolute value of X velocity. And then in there, if touching ground, change X by absolute value divided by X velocity times by -1. Here, after 2 of them, put X fell to 0. Yeah, and almost done. And after that, put a X fell times X fell to friction, and switch costume to idle, staying still, and if if this or this, so if left arrow or A pressed or right arrow or D pressed, switch costume to walk. So obviously the costume won't do a walk cycle because we didn't tell it to, but you can do that. I might do that in the next video. And then almost there. And so more than one, if y velocity is more than one, switch costume to jump. And if y velocity is less than -3, switch costume to fall. And this is the most important part. If you forget this won't work. Put that in there. And 15 minus 1.5. Now if we do this, I probably shouldn't add these. Yeah. So now it should work. Simply do. There is something that will make this much better. Make a costume. Just duplicate that. And make like a hitbox. And call it hitbox. Yeah. And if you want hitbox, then you should run without screen refresh. Yeah. And that should work totally fine. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.